Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Philip Janelle, and today is my video review on Sailor Moon S, the movie, Hearts in Ice. The Canadian English dubbed version on VHS tape, released on May 23rd, 2000. And just a few things that I wanted to talk about in terms of the movie. And I think that so many of the voice actors on the show did an extremely amazing job. I'd like to congratulate all of them. Thank you for making such a wonderful childhood for me. But on with the movie. Sailor Moon S, the movie, Hearts in Ice, the Canadian English dubbed version, was released on VHS tape on May 23rd, 2000 in Canada and the USA, and it was released under Pioneer and Deke Productions. Not a big fan of the music that Deke had produced for the first two seasons of Sailor Moon. In some situation, some of it, yes, a little, but about the movie, some of the Canadian voice actors, or some of the Canadian voice actresses, I guess I should say, came back from Sailor Moon R, the third season of Sailor Moon, to redo the characters that they used to do before they left the show. For Sailor Moon S, the movie, and the rest of the other two Sailor Moon movies as well. Sorry, those are my boots squeaking. Some of the Canadian voice actors and voice actresses came back to do their old characters. The only thing I didn't like, or one of the things that I didn't like about the movie, is that Deke had actually decided to use their music for the Sailor Scouts' transformation and attacks during the attack with the power attacks and the transformation attacks, like Moon Crystal Power, Moon Cosmic Power, and the Star Power transformation of the inner Sailor Scouts. One thing that I wasn't a real big fan of is that they didn't put the original transformation music in. Deke decided to use their music for the transformation scenes and the attack of the Sailor Scouts powers scenes. But I like the original music better. And the next thing that I wanted to talk about was for Sailor Moon S, the movie, and it probably would have messed up the storyline of the movie, but I really do think that for Sailor Moon S, the movie, I think that Sailor Saturn / Hotaru Tomo should have came back, should have appeared for the movie like she did in the TV series of Sailor Moon S, but that probably would have messed up the storyline of the movie, because the storylines of each Sailor Moon movie are completely different from their TV series of versions of their shows on TV. And one thing that's been debated about often on the internet is that the evil Snow and Ice Witch, Princess Snow Kaguya, in the Canadian English version of the show, or the movie, it's often been debated, which I can kind of see why, because in some parts of the movie it's a little hard to recognize. Excuse me. But in Sailor Moon S, the movie, it's been argued and debated about a lot on the internet, is if whether or not, if whichever Princess Snow Kaguya was voiced by either Linda Ballantyne, the third voice of Sailor Moon, or fellow Canadian voice actress Catherine Disher, who voiced Mimette in the Witch number 2 in Sailor Moon S, the TV series. But the majority of the time in the movie, it actually sounds like that Catherine Disher is playing the voice of the evil Snow and Ice Witch, Princess Snow Kaguya, who wanted to take over and freeze the Earth. But and one other quick thing I'd like to mention, and I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing or questioning anything, because if I ever criticized or offended any of the amazing Canadian voice actors and actresses from Sailor Moon from start to end, or from start to finish, then I'd be damned for the rest of my life. But anyways, to come right to the point, Terry Hawks, the second Canadian voice actress of Sailor Moon / Serena Tsukino, I heard that after the television series of Sailor Moon R had ended, which was the third season of Sailor Moon, right after that season had ended, she had to leave the show and stop voicing Sailor Moon / Serena because she was pregnant and had her twins at the time. And then that's when Linda Ballantyne had came over and had to take the reins of Sailor Moon from there. She had auditioned, got the part, but and I think that it was cool that Terry Hawks was able to do Sailor Moon / Serena in Sailor Moon R, the movie. Sailor Moon R, the movie. But for Sailor Moon S, the movie, and Sailor Moon Super S, the movie, I don't understand why she came back to voice Serena if she had her twins and was taking care of them at the time. And I don't know the circumstances. Maybe I haven't done enough information, but I just think, and this is not to criticize Terry Hawks, I thought she was great. I thought she was amazing too. Don't get me wrong, anybody. But I think that because Linda Ballantyne was the voice of Sailor Moon / Serena, I think that in Sailor Moon S, the movie, and Sailor Moon Super S, the movie, I think that Linda Ballantyne should have voiced Sailor Moon and Serena in those two movies, but she didn't. But it's okay. Terry Hawks did it good too. Like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm just talking about the timing. I'm not criticizing or trying to offend anybody. But, and I think that, and Tracy Hoyt, if I'm pronouncing that right, Hoyt, she did a good job playing Rini as well, but because Sailor Mini Moon, but because Sailor Mini Moon was replaced, slash Rini was replaced by, since Tracy Hoyt was replaced by Stephanie Sugar Baby Beard at the time, I think that that she should have taken over the reins for Sailor Mini Moon as well, and that's not a criticism. It's just the way, because of the way the timing was at the time, at that particular era. I think that they should have done it that way, but that's not a criticizing. It's not to offend anybody. It's just the way I see it. But they still did an amazing job, and I congratulate them for it. You all did absolutely amazing, and I'm proud of you all for it. Thank you for making my childhood so memorable and wonderful. And that was my video review on Sailor Moon S, the movie, Hearts in Ice, the VHS Canadian English dubbed version. And here is the back cover, and here is the side cover of it. And this is Philip Janelle signing off. I will see y'all guys later. And Sailor Moon says, it's not my best, I do better different times, but see y'all later. Bye.